Hello, my name is Miss Noor, and welcome back to another episode. So, last time I did an episode where I was talking about verbatim, I'm quoting my own words, Malaya in men and women, and the wording kind of rubbed people the wrong way. Don't care. But I'm here to do like a follow up episode on that and use the correct term, regarding that topic. So, my main question is and was why is promiscuity deemed a bad thing in women, yet it's praised when it comes to men? Because promiscuous women, they are termed as I don't sluts, hoes, and promiscuous men. You can see even in movies they're called like players. I'm a stud. Like my boy is like on top of his game. But when it comes to a woman, it's something else. So leo nataka to dissect tena vizuri using the correct word, not umalaya, but being promiscuous actually. Because yes, umalaya, prostitution is the act of exchanging money for sexual favors. And that is not what I was saying. I was using the word umalaya very loosely in the context yenye how we normally use it. Like mostly how men use the term umalaya whenever you do something as a woman that men really don't like, ama they umewakataa ama vile there's this trend going on TikTok right now ati conductor akikukatia msopa hi, and then ukatai advances zake, the first thing mwanamume atakwambia nini? Umalaya. The first insult men go for when they want to call out a woman is malaya. So I was using it very lightly in that context, and a lot of people seemingly walikuwa wanajaribu kuni correct. I'm like, oh, come on, now you're trying to teach me. They embedded in us a man's value is in his ability to provide and protect his family. And I usually have a big problem with men being protectors, because what the hell and what the are you protecting us from? Anyway, that is I digress. Sorry, I tend to ramble. But a woman's values is in her ability to stay pure. Her purification, her modesty, her being demure, very demure. That is what a woman's value is deemed, and not in her success. Ama she wants, a career. Ama she has a doctorate. Ama because I have a friend. Okay, my father's friend. This woman is 36, 37, say. She has a doctorate. Like, she's literally a doctor. And not like a doctor, Dr. Rosita, like she is a doctor. She holds a doctorate. And I remember going to her after party graduation ceremony. I was impressed because Miss in a doctorate, and I'm like, that is so sexy. That is so hard, man. But I remember someone say to her, "Sasa umefanya kila kitu niuolewe." I'm like, yani, even after all this, people still hold women to women's value to marriage, na having kids. I'm like, this woman just wants her doctorate, wants to build on her career, wants to just make money and travel the world, and freedom, because unajua kuna kitu inaitwa financial freedom. I'm not going to like go deep into that, but being financially free it gives you a sense of utulivu wa roho na stability in life and the freedom to choose anything you want. And a lot of men really don't like that in women, and that's why a lot of women who are successful ama wamefika a certain levels in their lives, which is like in success, ama tunaona mwanamke ampata doctorate, the first thing men will be like, oh, I bet you'll never get a husband. Wewe ni ngumu kuolewa, ama hutapata familia, or men can't stay, sana na wewe. You can never get a man above your caliber, which is very hard. And I'm like, but squeezy, it's so weird kwa sababu mnataka you want women to actually get out there and do the work, but when you do, then it's wrong. So why is it that we hold men to certain cultural outdated cultural values, and we don't hold we hold women, not men, sorry, we hold women to such outdated values and not men. If a woman wants to be promiscuous, that's like her personality. Who gives a fuck? Nobody. Like, you do you. At the end of the day, bottom line, for both a man or a woman, whoever you are, if you are promiscuous, that's your life. Kama hivyo ndo umechagua, of which personally, and I'm just, I don't think it's a good thing. It's very disgusting. Like, you unakuwa mchafu from the inside out, dirty. And a lot of men do this. Yes, women do this too, but a lot of men do this. And hence the kitambo kulikuwa na this thing ya polygamy mpaka wa leo ati but men are polygamous by nature. First of all, by nature means like wild, animalistic. We're not animals. By human nature, you are not born to be that. So wanaume wengi, when you have very many sexual partners, kama wataka kulala na wanawake wengi, listen, don't say it is in a man's nature. It is in a man's nature to do that. Say it is my desire to have multiple sexual partners. Use your words correctly. Usiseme this is what men do. Men are just men. There's someone who told me, that men are like that. And this goes to tukiwa wadogo, when our brothers were kosea ama they do something, and parents, mostly, narcissistic boys anyway, watasema, boys will be boys. Girls are never given the chance to just be girls, but boys will be boys. So, yeah, no, that is not welcomed here. We will hold you accountable. Now, ukikasirika, if you're a man out there, and ukikasirika, ama I trigger you by saying these things, panga line. Get in line. Get in check on your knees. Anyway, I'm just saying, don't say it is in a man's nature. Say it is my desire to have multiple sexual partners. Then we understand you as an individual, not a male, not an XY. You as an individual just loves being with very many people. I'm having sex with different people, of which I don't think it's a good thing. It's kind of like, because sex is like sacred and it's like spiritual na hizo vitu zote, so you really pick on different energies. But mwanamke akifanya the same thing, malaya, dem ni mchafu, I'm like, okay, fine, but why do we not hold men to the same standard? That is so weird. So culture pia imefanya, it has played like a really, really, really big part on that. Na chastity ya mwanamume na mwanamke ni very different. That's a topic for another day. And it's always in the patriarchy. Men always control things kutoka kitambo. So why do I say it's a patriarchal ideologies? Kwa sababu kitambo, men have always controlled things. It's part of the patriarchy. We know that. Men control finances. Men have controlled the economy. Men have controlled social lives. We know all that. That is not news to any of us. And if it's news to you, pick a history book. I'm a daddy. Pick a history book, whoever. It's part of like kitambo, when a man had more than one wife, ilikuwa inaonekana like a status level, like especially men of wealth walikuwa nataka many wives. You know why? Because men have always seen women not as human beings but as property to be owned. So it's part of all that. So when their sons grew up, wanaona dad had 3 wives, 4 wives, so they take on that. And peer, some religions do, accept that, some don't. And it's okay if you're into the polygamous lifestyle. It's okay. Just don't say it's the whole group of men do it. Just say, Mimi, I conform to, the polygamous lifestyle. But don't be out here be like, but men are polygamous by nature. You just want to sleep with many people, sir. You just want to have many sexual partners and get away with it. So that is where I have a really big problem. And another thing also, kuna this thing inaitwa the Madonna whore complex. So women wanaikwa in 2 categories, yeah? Kuna the pure woman and the promiscuous woman. So let's talk about this because indo imetuleta hapa leo. The pure woman, the woman who is seen as, I don't know, the Virgin Mary, quote unquote, don't get it out of context, type of woman. Huyu mwanamke who is deemed wife material, who is loyal, who is subservient, who is, very easygoing. That is the pure woman. A woman with no sexual experience. A woman who has no voice. A woman whose head is always down. That is what men get hard for. Well, they think, or rather they say that is what they like, but honestly speaking, I think a lot of men like experienced women and women who are out there being like promiscuous and like living on the edge, ama danger kama hiyo. Because, utaka nyumbani with your husband and he's like, no, I don't like when you do this, ama I don't like when you dress like this, do this. And this man will go out and fuck around with girls who look exactly like what he told you he doesn't like. So I think men secretly like, women, promiscuous women, whatever that, exactly the opposite of a wife material. And not, I'm using wife material very loosely because what is even that? What is even that? So purity in women imekuwa like, how can I describe it? You have to have 0 body count. Lazima ukuwe na haya. Always look down. You're in the kitchen cooking, cleaning. You know how to do all that. You are like almost always like dependent on your husband, ama boyfriend. And if you are also independent, ama you have a career path, then nimeona hata kwanza kuna, let me digress kidogo. Kwanza kuna hizi nini videos trending where a husband and wife wataka chini, and mostly is the religious type of men. Shocker. Anyway, I'm not shocked. They're like, my wife provides, ama she brings her paycheck to me. Also, there's this Nigerian couple of this very religious man, anasema bibi yake akipata paycheck, they used to get into the bedroom, alafu ana kneel down and hands over the paycheck to the husband. I'm just visualizing the whole thing. It's so weird. And then, like, after all that, after doing everything, bearing children for this man, taking care of their house, it's it's laughable. And the woman is just there like, yeah. I'm like, girl, like, you pigwa coffee, amka, get a grip of yourself, madam, and you'll find this type of men going out cheating with promiscuous women who they deem not wife material, ama godly, ama, submissive enough. And one thing they may learn about men, they like a good challenge. So they like to take like these promiscuous women, quote unquote, and try to make them subservient and try to make them yani watulie, wanataka watulize. Men love a good challenge. And I mean, okay, I don't like saying it's not all men. I'm saying most men, kwa sababu good men exist because bad men exist. So in that context, sipendi kusema, if the numbers are high, then it's men. Because the good men, if you keep quiet about it, then what are you doing? That's a different story. So promiscuous women is a woman mwenye she has, she's not afraid of expressing herself sexually. She can have, different sexual partners. she lives her life freely, she lives her life vile anataka. She paints the town red, which is deemed is looked down upon. And pale tunaelekea as a society, hey, I mean, it's okay. It is okay. The younger generation, ama sisi wenye tunakuwa saizi, we are normalizing these things. Gender roles are changing. Easy double standard misogynistic patriarchal ideologies tunazimaliza, and we are moving at a better direction. But why do men have a problem when women say, they shout feminism, they shout misandry, they shout we want equal rights, alafu unapata men be like, oh, but then go ahead and build a house, ama pay half of the bills, like wanakasirika that the boot was on our necks, and now we have taken the boot out, and wanakasirika juu ya hiyo kitu, just because now I can speak up, ama I can make a little living of myself, doesn't mean it makes you less of a man. Please be a man. And times zime change. It is okay for women to, stay kusema sleep around, but technically, yeah, the way men wameifanya ikwe okay, then yeah. Because like I did talk about married men like sleeping around in the other video, not cute, but if they are able to do that and they are praised for it, I think women should not be demonizing for having multiple sexual partners. And yes, kuna some incidences where married women do step out of their marriages, but numbers show, because everything is like a numbers game, numbers show that more married men do step out of their marriage than women do, because women be out here taking care of kids na vitu kama hizo, so women are like quite busy huko. So and then like nimesema hapo pia, men are really praised for having like multiple sexual partners, and iyo conditioning, honestly imefika time we just let it go out there. So please, aki musikue triggered. I'm just saying, na najua nikisema I'm just saying the truth, utakuwa like, yeah, but no, this is the truth for most ladies. It's not nice if, alafu unajua, because hata hapa last time, there was someone asked me, but ukikatiwa mbona unakubali, mbona unikatie in the first place? Why do you blame me for kuingia box ya mtu? It's the same ideology where men really do be victim blaming, like rape victims, ama GV, gender violence abuse victims, kwa sababu men wamezoea kushift blame so much and no accountability, and inafika point where they're like, they don't know what to do with all this power women are now gaining, ama all this freedom women now have. Like, you can have more than one sexual partner, you woman. Oh my God. They cannot believe it. But yeah, girl, kama unajisikia kuenda na Tom, Dick and Harry, I mean, like, good riddance to you. I am not here advocating for that, I will say that. I'm talking we're just talking what is happening out there, because hizi vitu zina happen. It's not personal, it's just what is happening in the society, and the views that, kuna watu, yes, people still have this double standards ideologies kwa vichwa zao mpaka leo. Please, like, get a grip of yourself, Mike. And if you're a Mike out there, I don't mean you directly, please. Just get a grip of yourself and like move forward. Get you a good woman, settle down. Get you a good man, settle down. But kama unataka kulala around, no one should demonize you for that. If I don't want to sleep with you because you're sleeping around, I should like leave you alone and just go, and not start calling you, I don't know, Malaya. You guys didn't like that word last time, but I'm just saying, na kama mwanaume is just being thrown around in, he's dipping his chocolate stick into every vanilla cup. I mean, it's okay, but kama utaki pia, don't do it. So, and thank you very much. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And see you next time. Bye, my lovelies.